But I am a member of a political party, no leadership. Member, I'm allowed, yes. Mr. Speaker. I read the law.
State your net worth.
My net worth, Mr. Speaker, is, as of today, 980 million.
980 million?
Yes.
Comprising?
I have provided comprises of, I have pieces of lands, both in Garissa and Nairobi, my house in Nairobi, my house in Garissa, my cattle ranch in Garissa, my rental property in Nairobi and Garissa, my shares in family-owned business, my camels and cattle, and motor vehicles. And Mr. Speaker, lastly, I got good revenue from the book sales of my autobiography, which is one of the best selling book, the #1 best-selling book as of today.
How much were you worth when we last vetted you?
851.
851.
Point of order, Speaker.
Yes.
The nominee recently launched his book, and he says that it has good some returns. I mean, there are thousands of books that have been launched in this country. I want to know how yours performed so well.
You can ask him on the side.
I think you need to read.
Oh,
if you read my book, you'll see it's the best.
That is not a fair question. Leave it there.
Mr. Speaker, and it is from a research done by bookshop sellers, textbook center.
I bought 20 copies and distributed
yes,
to my schools.
And I have now done my 4th publication.
Honorable Duale, we had received 71 memorandum on you, some supporting, some opposing, and we are satisfied that you answered all of them when we forwarded them to you. We've also checked your documents against what we have. They are correct. Yes?
Chair, maybe just as the nominee concludes, because this matter of wealth declaration has become a matter of public interest now, especially to our brothers and sisters in the room. The movement from your last declared net worth to your declared net worth now, can you explain
the growth?
The growth.
How much is it?
Almost 130 or so.
Honorable Ichungwah is an accountant, and there is both for land investment and real estate property. Usually the appreciation increases between 12 to 15%. So if you calculate 851 by 12% or 15%, that growth that amount will come to it. Yeah. It's about 140 million.
Thank you,
and Mr. Speaker, also, we have got very good rains, so my livestock grew in number.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Honorable Duale, we are done with you. Unless you are otherwise lawfully held, you are released to go to your other daily routine work.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I really appreciate the time you have given me and your members. I wish you all the best.
Take back your documents.
See.
Bring in the next. Do you want a break? Bring in the next. Don't go for lunch. You'll go for lunch after the 3rd. Yeah? Only 5 minutes. Robert.
And the entire House for giving me this opportunity to appear for vetting for the 2nd time. I also want to thank His Excellency the President for according me a 2nd opportunity in a different ministry to serve the people of Kenya. Mr. Speaker, I grew up in Garissa. I went to school there, Garissa High School, Boys Town Primary School, Moi Forces Academy. I did my first graduate degree in Moi University, Bachelor of Education Economics. And finally, I did my master's in business administration in 2011 at Jomo Kenyatta University of Science and Technology. I worked in the private sector. I was a businessman before I joined politics in 2007. I served the people of Dugis between 2008 and 2013. During the Grand Coalition government, I was an assistant minister for livestock. I served with you, Mr. Speaker, in that government as the Minister for Foreign Affairs. And between 2013 and 2014, the people of Garissa Township gave me an opportunity to serve them again, and again to serve them between 2017 and 2022. And again, they gave me an opportunity to serve them between 2022 for about 2-3 months. So I served as a member of parliament for 4 consecutive terms, which the last one I did not complete because the president in his wisdom poached me from the legislature and to help him in the executive. I was the first majority leader under the 2010 Constitution. I served for 8 years. I led in making sure that the government business during that period sailed through. Over 150 bills were enacted, had my signature. And Mr. Speaker, I had a wonderful time working with a cross-section of leaders from different parts of our country, from different gender and age, and from different political formation. As the Minister for Defense for the last 2 years and 1 month, Mr. Speaker, my record speaks for it. Today, I can confirm without fear of contradiction that the housing project, since independence, over 4,000 housing units are under construction, launched them in Laikipia, in Nyanyuki, in Gilgil, in Mariakani, in Roysambu. Through this august house, I passed the Prime Healthcare Fund, where now the Kenyan citizens have an opportunity partially to access the robust medical facilities and hospitals, the level 5 and level 4 hospitals of the Kenya Defense Forces. If you are in Eldoret, if you are in Nakuru, if you are in Mombasa, if you are in Nairobi, you can at certain level access. Through this house, Mr. Speaker, I passed the National Peace Fund, which is now domiciled, that helps our men and women in uniform who serve in peace missions. Today, there's enough resources to buy them the required equipments within the standard of the UN peacekeeping missions. On defense diplomacy, Mr. Speaker, I am the first minister in the history of Kenya to host the US Secretary of Defense, to host the British, the UK Minister for Armed Forces. Today, as I leave the Minister of Defense, through what they call the excess defense article, 150 vehicles, anti-mine vehicles have been donated to the Kenya Defense Forces. I secured $57 million for the expansion of the Manda airstrip in a partnership between Kenya and the US. The National Defense College today, under the support of the partnership we have with the US government, is constructing the largest in our region, the School of Strategic and Security Studies to the tune of 5 billion because of that. And finally, I want to say it, the only center, the center